Hello guys, Somya here. In today's video we'll be looking at how I got all grade 9s. Well, look back in the last episode, not the last episode, last video. You'll see it there. I was trying to show you proof, but like, I don't know where it is. But today I think I've got four tips, maybe 5 tips, on how I got all 9s and how you can also get all 9s. And these tips will also help you if you're doing A-levels or anything like that. I don't want to waste your time, I'll timestamp everything and you can just skip to whatever part of the video you want to watch. Let's just get right into it. Also, using a new camera, decided to get rid of the natural light because like literally all the vehicles are going through. Like the light just like flares, I don't know what the word is, but the light just ruins the video. But if this works, comment down below. Now my first tip is to find your strategy. By that I mean find out what revision method works for you. For me, it was 100% mind maps. For basically every subject I had a mind map for it. At least one mind map for each subject. I think, I'll still have got them. This is the booklet I used for, I think, everything in year 11. It's got lots of notes and lots of colour on it. Colour good. And as you can see, I handwritten my notes, handwritten. I wrote my notes using my hand rather than type a note. Even though typing's faster, it's better if you handwrite your notes because it's more effective at getting the information inside your brain, inside your long-term memory quicker. And I started mind maps in year 8. The teacher was like, so I want you to make a mind map. I was like, mind maps? What are those? And literally from that day, we did a test and like, I did pretty well in it. It was just a small test, year 8 of course. And from then, just haven't stopped doing mind maps. And I'm probably going to still do mind maps for 6th form. But if you don't like mind maps, just find the revision strategy which works for you. If it helps you, then use it. And find it as soon as possible, because if you find it sooner, it will be less stressful for you to be like in year 10 or year 11. Oh my god, how am I going to revise? Whereas if you've already found out how you're going to revise, you're going to be like, ha, easy dubs. Of course, you don't have to do the same exact revision technique as everyone else. So for me, I've got it written down. I use mind maps notes. That's the first thing I did when revising, especially for science. Then, if there was any definitions which I didn't understand, I used flashcards for those. Sometimes paper, sometimes online, like Quizlet or Anki. And then, to finish it all off, read through my notes, coloured notes. Colour is better than just normal ink, black ink, blue ink. Use colour. Something to do with your rods or cones. You would think I would know which one. Like you can look at more different colours. More colours goes into your brain. All good. Read through those and then practice questions. Literally practice. That's where you're gonna get the biggest amount of repetition of knowledge. To go along with that, you need to make sure that you're using good techniques. And I've got them up. So like things like flashcards, active types of revision. So I've got here quizzing, so like practice questions, flashcards, make your own flashcards, Cornell notes, which you can also use. And if you don't know what Cornell notes are, you've got questions on like the left hand side of the paper, then you've got majority of the paper notes, and then at the bottom like a summary, or you can set it out differently. And then also something called knowledge dumps or blurting, which you can also use, where you just get a topic and just write down everything you can about that topic. Yeah, those are lots of good techniques. Bad techniques are things like writing notes, which I hate saying because I love taking notes. It works for me, that's why I use it. But in general, I wouldn't recommend using notes. If it works for you, then 100% do it. But you can save a lot of time doing other stuff. Also, highlighting, bad. It might seem good because there's colour, or you might be like, oh yes, highlight this, it will go inside my brain. No, it won't. You can highlight it just to make it look prettier, but it just wastes time. And then, what's the other one? Just reading textbooks, don't do it. Just watching the videos on YouTube. You need to do extra stuff alongside that. My second tip is to listen to your teachers. You might be like, what do you mean? What's listening? But what I mean is that you need to sort of remember what they teach you. And by that, like, I'll give you an example. Friend sitting next to us, we were talking about quadratics in class like a couple of weeks ago. Then we get questions on quadratics, and my friend's like, what's a quadratic? Like, it's all about just trying to remember what you've been taught. You don't have to understand it, not at all. You're gonna understand it later, but as long as you like sort of get the basics down. You understand like the way to do stuff. Like that's for maths, there's like certain steps for certain questions, like quadratics, like sometimes factorize, sometimes other stuff. For stuff like science, you need to remember like, oh yeah, we were talking about waves the other day. We talked about how longitudinals like sound and stuff, like those sorts of things. And also listen to the teacher's feedback, because they know what they're on about, they know how they can help you, they know what will help you. Just listen to them. Like for me, English language especially, we used to get these PLCs, and every single time in pink it would be stop waffling. I waffled a lot, but then slowly added more quality to my answers. That's how I got a grade 9. Alongside listening, I would also recommend writing everything the teacher says in your exercise books. Maybe not everything, but like write down the more important stuff. Like if the teacher's like writing this on the board, then probably also write it down in your exercise book, because you can come back to it, make a flashcard on it, those sorts of stuff. So like during science, there's lots of wordy stuff in science. Like for example, during electrolysis, what products are made, like there's rules for which products are made during the cathode or anode, those sorts of rules, write it down in your exercise book. Or if you're taking geography, if there's like a keynote about like volcanoes, write it down in your exercise book. But in short, write down everything. Tip number 3 is to not waste your time. I wasted my time a lot, trust me. If you're good at a subject, don't spend a long time, like hours, on something you're good at. Like there's no point, you're just wasting your time at that point. Instead, use that time to learn something that you're pretty bad at. For example, I did a lot of work on just basic maths. Again, I could have used your time more wisely looking at English videos such as Mr. Bruff, Mr. Sal's, because English is by far the weakest subject for me. Thankfully, grade inflation, I got a grade 9. Don't waste your time going through lots of practice papers or past papers. Like, I did that. At the end of the day, it didn't help me. The only thing it helped me with is understanding how the exam's laid out. If you're going to do practice papers, then I would recommend just planning those answers, especially for English language question 5 or just English literature. Plan your answers instead of actually doing that exam. The only time you might want to waste your time doing these sort of extra little bits, looking at the simple stuff, looking at the easy stuff, is if you've got spare time. Otherwise, don't waste it. And don't revise easy topics. So the way I did it was I started all my revision, like all my key, like put in effort revision in the summer of year 10, like just before year 11, after year 10, that summer. Revised all the science, and I also looked at a bit of English. Revised all the science because the science is important for me, and English because it's bad for me. Didn't do any maths because maths is fine. Geography, that just comes with time, like geography is just notes, just remember the information. Other subjects, what other subjects did I do? Computer science, again reviewed through all that work, and then as I went along, I revised alongside with all my work. So that was my strategy. Of course it might be a different strategy for you, so that you might do everything in that summer and then just don't do anything during year 11, it's fine. But I recommend going, as you make your way through year 11, you revise alongside each subject, if that made any sense. Tip number 4 is pretty important. I don't know why I didn't put this number 1, but practice. That is by far, maybe not by far, but that's very crucial. Basically, the benefit of using practice questions is that you get to test your knowledge, you get to test how much you already know. So like after writing down all my notes, after reading all my notes back over, I would go straight into practice questions. Practice questions on physics and maths tutor, Save My Exam, Seneca. Those 3 were just godly. Literally, it would test how much I already know and how much I need to still revise. Because when you practice using practice questions, your brain is trying to recall, that's the right word, recall the information from your short-term memory. And every time it successfully does that, it moves into your long-term memory. Science stuff looks like I'm smart, but I'm not. And also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like for me, trash at English literature, I asked my teacher, I asked my friend, they gave me some very good advice and I used that. So again, listen to your teachers and ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you're struggling. So for example, my friend said to look at deeper meaning, look at any symbolism in it, in like the extract. Helped me boost my English literature scores from a grade 6, 7 to a 9. Now some extra tips. To get these grades, you need to put in the effort. Like, if you don't want the grades, don't bother. But if you do want the grades, then you'll have to put in the effort. And something which helped me put in more effort or get like a good right mentality and mindset was motivation. I have a pretty motivational mindset. Like, if I want to get something done, I will get it done. One way I did that was like create 3 targets from the night before and try and accomplish all those in the next day. So I would set one main target, and that was the target which I needed to complete. So for example, yesterday it would be record this video, which I'm doing, and then 2 other targets. So I might have, for yesterday, I could have said start editing this video, and also one other thing. But it was very important for me to complete that first target. For me, motivation, I got it from listening to motivational music. But yeah, that's how I got a motivational mindset, and it's one of the most important things, one of the most, like, I'm so grateful that I was able to get the sort of motivation. And also, don't compare others' grades to your grade. First of all, because everybody's goals are different. So for example, my goal, believe it or not, was to get at least 8. And I got that, and I'm happy about that. If I got some 9s and some 8s, again, would have been very happy about that, because I achieved that goal, again, setting targets. Instead of comparing with others, compare with yourself. Like, every single test, I'd be like, okay, I want to get at least a grade this, or I want to get at least this out of this. Like, this mark out of the total mark. Or I want to get this % in this test. And as long as I met that, happy days. But if I didn't get that, then I would realise, okay, I need to put in more effort. And slowly increase that margin of success. Increase the level at which you want to achieve. Like, have the ability to just go in a bubble. Don't care about what anyone else gets. Care about what you get, and care about what you wanted to get. If you didn't get what you wanted to get, work harder. If you get what you get, next time, raise the bar even higher. So as a summary, find your strategy, listen to your teachers, use good techniques, don't waste your time, put in effort if you want to get the grades you want, and practice questions. But that's everything I wanted to cover in this video. Later videos, I'll get subject specific, like go more in depth into different subjects on how I got grade 9s. I've just like gone through general tips. If you enjoyed this video, put a like down below, because if you enjoy, then that means you liked it. So that means you should at least like the video down below. Leave a comment, wish you luck in the future. But for now, see you guys later. Bye bye. Fourth time trying to record now.